54C, take 2.
We have these digital Sputnik lights that have been the mainstay of our traveling light kit.
The production is going to adapt more to your styles, especially with the newer lighter equipment and the ability to do so much more with less. Digital Sputnik package is a perfect example of that.
I am super impressed to just be able to set them up so easily.
This is the DS3, Digital Sputnik 3.
It was really easy to use.
This was my first time working with digital Sputnik lights, and so far, so good. It's been awesome.
The first thing is they're really cool lights. Filmmakers really love cool stuff.
Scene 73A, take 1.
They seem very futuristic, and it was more of like a wow moment.
They're a look forward into lighting. The way this works is it has 3 little light heads like this. They're LED, smallish LED panels. So there's 1 power supply unit for 3 heads.
There's only 1 cable you got to run to the light. It helps clean things up and still be able to control them remotely.
It runs really cool. I'm hand holding this one right now. Even at full power, these aren't the kind of big old tungsten lights that you're going to be able to cook eggs on or something like that.
I saw people grabbing it with no gloves on, which was great, and they didn't seem to be in any pain.
The power draw kind of depends on what color you have dialed in, but if you're at daylight, I guess the max of this is about 100 watts. It can go a little bit above that depending on what color you have drawn in. But so right now I'm at 2% intensity, and here's 100% on this light, and boy, it gets pretty punchy. One of the things I think that's hard to do with LED lighting is you get these pretty big panels and everything is a soft light, and it's hard to really throw the light. But this has about a 20-degree beam angle, which is pretty tight natively, so you get a nice hard light, and they have little diffusers that can go in front of them, and you can widen out the beam to 34 degrees or 76 degrees, depending on which way you put the diffuser in front of it. So that's kind of cool. The other cool thing about this is that it's RGBW lights, LEDs in there, right? So it's fully color adjustable. The real party trick is that we have an iPad app that can control them via Wi-Fi.
And be able to control multiple lights together from one controller.
They could change colors. We had something with Harvey in the laptop where it was like a blue luminescence on him, and I'm like, it was the coolest thing I've ever seen, I thought.
You just dial in what you need and you just adjust it without having to leave, your little video village.
Everything was touch and done. And you can control it from anywhere in the room. So you don't have to have someone go, no, boop, boop, we need it a little warmer, we need it a little cooler, and done. Like, it was that simple.
You can dial in any color temperature from super warm, like 1500, to 10,000 Kelvin. But other than that, you can do solid red, solid green, whatever you want to do.
Have such fine control over, obviously the brightness and the color from a control surface, to be on one side of the set and just start dialing these lights into exactly where we need them.
You can do it right here, and now I'm controlling its intensity remotely via the Wi-Fi app. So you can kind of put your lights in the positions you want, you sit behind the camera, you pull out your tablet, and then you kind of dial everything in just how you want. So for example, here's my intensity, right? And then I have my saturation, so right now it's like super red, but I can dial that in to be just as red as I want. And then over here I have like color of the rainbow, so I can dial in whatever color of the rainbow I want on that light.
It's amazing, it saved a ton of time.
It makes things so much easier and more flexible.
It's just something that's super quick.
With the interface, it's leagues above everything else I've used.
I'm looking forward to using these lights again, for sure.
It's quite a revelation. It's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Definitely putting that on my wish list for my next round of capital purchases.
Compared to like more traditional hot lights, I think these are miles above what those are.
This is the rainbow of lighting rigs. So, I really feel like there was no limit using it.
That is a digital Sputnik DS3.